Hey, welcome back to Comics Wellspring's live drawing show, Spilled Ink, where we're spilling the ink and spilling the tea. And of course, I am your host, Brandon Blocksdorf. Always good to be here. And we have an amazing cast with us. But of course, let's start with my extraordinary co-host, Max Flowers. Hello, Max.
Hi, I'm gonna run because I gotta get a Q-tip, but I'll be back.
All right. And so we also have with us the great and mighty Adam Lemna. Adam, hello.
Hey guys, how are you?
Doing good. I'm so hyped that you're here, that you're hanging,
Thanks,
and just in time to show his gorgeous face. Dude, you look really good. Like, you look really healthy right now. You look great.
Thanks. I cut my hair,
yeah.
and you've got to look good to feel good. You know what I mean? Like,
You've been working out.
Have I been working
It's
out?
like
Yeah, I'm into fitness. Fitness pizza into my face. Boom.
It's working for you. It's working. It's looking good. Eli Schwab. Hello, Eli. Super hype. Thank you guys for coming in tonight. This was this is like probably the most special episode of Spilled Ink that we've ever done before. And it's, it's crazy. It takes certain circumstances for us to be like, hey, let's get the whole gang together and like hang out and do something. But we lost some creators this week, and it's crazy that we're saying plural, like creators. Two of our dear friends passed away this week, and it really hit us hard. I know that you guys were really great friends of Sam Blanchard, and Sam was just such a great guy. I met him at Heroes. I got to talk to him, and I loved his art. I mean, it was so punk rock. It's so just stands out so much. And I set him up in the anthology, so communicating with him online was like very interesting, and then meeting him in person was super fun. But I just loved his style. It really appeals to me. It's everything I kind of adore as a creator, and just the confidence in it. It was great. And he was such a nice dude in person. I had one of those moments where, like, actually with both these creators, I had weird moments where I was like, damn, I can't believe this happened. But I wanted to buy a print from him, and I didn't. And I bought some stickers and everything, and I was like, I'll be back. I'll see you at Baltimore. And then I found out he was sick at Baltimore. And then this happened. It was just really heartbreaking for me. So it hit me hard this week, knowing that, we're creators and we see each other at cons all the time, and we're always trying to support each other. And you just got to do it as much as possible whenever you can. And, really just like kind of remember those moments and cherish it on your wall. You never know when stuff like this is going to happen. And then another creator of ours, who actually I met through Murgo, who is an amazing creator as well. And they had tagged me saying like, hey, this person, prints with Comics Wellspring. And so it was just like super hyped. I went and dug into their page, Graye, Muir, Lewis, also known Grayscale Art on Instagram. Super, super awesome work. I would still say go check out her Instagram page and look at her art and just see what they were doing, because it was just so, again, punk rock, right up my alleyway. Someone I wanted to bring on the show at some point, who had reached out, but Instagram following and receiving messages gets weird. But yeah, it's unfortunate. I feel like you kind of miss out in moments a lot, and it's hard not to live in that regret of like pushing things before something happens. But we try to do stuff like this to remember them. And I know that was a very long spiel and intro into the show, but I just want to say my love and like respect for creators. And I'm glad that we have a great group like Cosmic Lion to come hang out with us and have a nice night of drawing stuff and remembering them, because I think that's what they would want overall.
Agreed, man. Well said, Brandon.
But how did you guys know Sam? What was some of your first like encounters?
Just for me, I think the big memory that stands out, I mean, among, he was an early member of the Cartoons Kayfabe Ringside Seats, and just a super proficient artist, and so like, I'm gonna start into my piece here, but we also like, so we would do the Ringside Seats, Ringside Thologies, which were like things like this over the pandemic, when we would all get together and draw and stuff, and then also hang out. And so Sam would come on there, and most people would get like 1 or 2 pages going, and like Sam would do like 6 or 7. Shout out to Margot who's here. What's up?
Yeah.
And so yeah, I knew Sam really well, I think, and we talked a lot. And I was a supporter of his chicken book, and I'm not gonna lie, I was also like an antagonizer because he didn't get his book done, and we kept being like, "Where's the book? Where's the book?" And so we had a friendly ribbing over that, which that's what friends do. You push them to be better and keep going and stuff like that. So we're hoping to help get that book done now.
Nice.
I know he's got a ton of stuff done, and I know the way Sam worked was like very irregular in that he would just draw a bunch of images, and then he would kind of assemble it himself, in Photoshop. And so, are we as friends going to be able to make sense of this? Who knows? I think it will be a fun exercise and a fun way to figure things out if we're able to do it, which I hope we are. And shout out to Graye, who I didn't know nearly as well, just mostly in the comment sections and from art that I would see online. So, I don't have as many personal stories to tell about them, but, much love out to her crew.
I think that's what's so great about like Instagram and like social media is that we didn't meet. I never got to meet Graye, but like her art was just super awesome, and that was something that was on my mind and made you feel connected with them. So it's crazy the power of like comics and art and how you become invested and into somebody just by knowing them through like a virtual space, and like we're really upset that we don't get to actually get to know these people as well as we wanted to, and we didn't get to support them as like much as we wanted to. That's like a weird thing to like. It's a different type of, I don't know, I guess, approach to something. I lost my dog earlier this year, so like dealing with death was just very interesting in different manners, and how you kind of react to it and what goes through your head during these times. Really quick, Margot had said here she was very proud of the comic she made, and I'm so happy to see her work has found an audience. And definitely, and if you guys are putting together Sam's work to help out, I'd love to see how I could help out, with Apollo and putting out anything that Graye had, so you guys could shoot me messages, and if there's anything I could do to help with that, that'd be super great. Would more than be happy to. Sam was a major force
here,
in the go for it.
Go ahead.
Sam was a major force.
Same here, Sorry, I have delay. Go ahead.
I know you have I forget you have like 3-second delay. 100% Comics says Sam was a major force in the CKRS group. So many of our projects wouldn't have been successful without his support. He did a lot of work with me on Weapon A and B to the Batman year what? That's right. That's so sick. How cool. What a year.
It's a small thing, but if it wasn't for Sam, I wouldn't be able to be printing on newsprint like I am, because he printed his book Red on this amazing, beautiful newsprint. And I was like, Sam, you gotta tell me where you got that. So he hooked me up. So, it wouldn't have been possible without him on that, which I'm super thankful for.
Let me blast through these comments real fast and we'll get to you, Adam. Valde Cartoonist says, what a year. Appreciate you gentlemen for taking the time to do this today. Mergo, Graye knew Sam's work as well. I like to think they're talking about Pilot parallel pens. Yeah, straight up. I still have a script of Sam sitting in my files. We plan to do for him to do and make an ash can for us. Definitely need to find artists to finish it. How cool. It'd be cool if, people did a page, you know what I mean? Get a bunch of people involved. Graye and I were hoping to do some shows together. We just started selling here locally, but wanted to meet more people out of town. How cool. Yeah, anything we could do to help with getting those comics out there, Margo, shoot me a message. Graye's Beauty Queens is such a great piece of work on all counts. Yeah, dude, if you guys haven't checked out her work on her Instagram or whatnot, definitely do. It's so cool. It's so good. I definitely want to read it. But Adam, why don't you share some?
I didn't really know Graye very well, but I did know Sam pretty well. And I met Sam through the CKRS group in the Ringside Thology zine meetings, Zoom meetings first, and he always was just, he was a great, irascible, really funny, very self-deprecating guy with like he had kind of like a tough, kind of like, no nonsense kind of feel. And it was great to get to meet him at Heroes this past year, man. That was a lot of fun. And, he was an incredible artist. One thing that that I don't know if people know is, he was also a fencing coach as well. And
that's insane, dude. I heard about that. That's so cool.
Yeah. And I had actually, that was one of the ways that I got to know him a little bit better. Was I had cut a short film for the men's Olympic fencing team, and I sent it to him, and because of course I knew that he had mentioned a few times, and we had a few conversations about fencing, which I don't really know anything about, but yeah, it was really cool, man, and it was great to connect with him on that level as well, because he carried that same kind of discipline from fencing into art, and really great guy.
Yeah, Heroes was really cool. Just being able to be. If anyone checks out the Comics Wellspring YouTube and goes to the Heroes recap, you get to see a moment with Sam and talk to him. Where I
think me and you and him, didn't we all sit together at that one dinner we went out to? That one really nice place we accidentally went to because everywhere was too busy.
Oh, yeah. No, I was right behind you guys. We're on the table over. I was with Morgan and his mom. Right, yeah. and Anton.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. But
dude, I was just hanging out with Morgan the whole weekend. Yeah, that's right. That's crazy. I almost forgot he was part of that dinner group. That was a fun little dinner. That was ridiculous, dude. We were just like trying to find somewhere to eat, and
anywhere to eat.
Because they wouldn't want to seat us because it was too many of us, like, and even our place.
Yeah. We have 13 people and a child, Morgan.
Yes, yeah.
Yes. I'm just kidding. So Morgan, if you're watching, we love you
so much. I love Morgan. Morgan's like I love like taking care of him and hanging out with him at cons because he's just like the little brother. You know what I mean? I'm just like, you're so full of energy, man. Like, I love it.
Well, and he's creative and like has got something
phenomenal.
I'm trying to like really rush my work here because I know Sam like didn't. He just like went. He just like
right.
It was crazy how fast he would go,
Dude, he would just spit stuff out. Yeah. And I think I want to finish this within the 2 hours when we're 6:18. And also Ro is just hopped on too. Let's bring Ro into the stream and let's talk to her for a minute. Ro, hello. I think she's prepping her stuff still.
Hey, sorry, I was unexpectedly picking up my kiddo.
Oh no, you're good. You're good. We're super hyped that you came to hang out. Actually, perfect timing, because we were just introducing everybody and saying hi and sharing some memories. And for those who don't know, Ro is an amazing creator who went from webtoons to in print with Cosmic Lion. We just did her interview actually with Spilled Ink. Inspired Ink came out this week actually. Which was hopefully a nice balance and give you some hope for this week as well, Ro. It was a really great interview. We've heard nothing but awesome stuff about it.
Oh, really?
I even had a creator reach out to me and ask like, hey, is there someone who could help me with webcomic stuff, like converting to print? And I was like, check out today's episode. And they checked it out, and they want to reach out to you to like get some advice and like talk and whatnot. She's a really cool creator, so. Yeah, you definitely made an impact.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm okay with sharing whatever I know. I don't know like absolutely everything about webcomic making, but whatever I do know, I have no issue with sharing it.
Yeah, she's I guess she was making webcomics and is now finally trying to like print it. So I'm just like, oh, cool, nice. Yeah, I need to learn more about that myself. So
I'm just
I
gonna
might need to
do.
take some lessons from you.
It's been a long ass time since I've used a ballpoint pen, so I'm just gonna do some brain warm ups. I'm also extremely sleepy. I've only had like 1 hour of sleep last night.
Gosh. Oh my gosh! Don't worry. Yeah, it'll be a fun showtime. How did you know Sam though? I know you and I were the ones who first had the conversations. About everything happening, but do you have any
Actually
memories?
met him through like the ring cythology stuff that we were doing like during the pandemic, and then also like a lot of us were zooming while we were working on indie grand design. I probably met him at the same time as everyone else. And I actually I wasn't sure about him the first time like I saw him or I heard him in a chat, and he never said anything like weird or whatever. I think I was just, being shy or something. But I don't know. Like we started off kind of on the wrong foot, and then after he started to like directly talk to me through PM, I realized like, oh, this guy is actually really cool. And soon after that, I considered him a cool guy. And there's very few people that I will listen to what they say. Like there's been I think once or twice that he's just like, hey, I saw you made this comment or I saw you post this, and he's like, you need to take it down. And I'm gonna be honest, I usually react really badly to something like that, meaning like that I have like negative feelings about it and stuff. But I probably did have like an initial like, how dare, but then he would like talk about his reasonings, and I was like, all right, actually you're incredibly right. I'm gonna do that. And then I would like tell him, yeah, thanks man for looking out for me and stuff. And so I think from then on it was just I just kind of saw him in a different light. And I'm not sure why that we got off on the wrong foot. Like at first, when I say we got off on the wrong foot, it was maybe 2 times of zooming together. So it wasn't a long time or whatever. But I don't know. Maybe I was paranoid that like I don't think this guy likes me or whatever. So I might have been just probably standoffish or defensive for no reason at that time.
That's funny because I brought up saying we first met each other via email through exchanges, and it was just I guess we misunderstood like his artist name from like his full name, and so we titled his stories Switchbag, and we like gave his name like the credits. He's like, oh, that's my full thing. The story title is actually this, and it was it's email. You can never tell if stuff comes off. And I was like, oh, okay, dudes, I'm so sorry. Like I didn't mean to offend you. Like it was like 3 weeks into my new job and everything. Like I was like, but he was like the nicest dude in the universe. Once we hung out at Heroes, that was cool.
He's super nice. Yeah, I think that was the one thing too. Like after, I'm also trying to. I'm going to be scribbling a lot of things. I'm trying to emulate, how he would always like draw something and it would be like so free. That would probably require. I don't know if you guys are like this. I assume he's like this, where like he knows what it's going to look like before he puts the pen down to paper. I am not that type. I have never been that type. I just kind of start at one point and then, wherever it ends up being, it just ends up being. But I'm trying to, I guess, emulate more of Sam right now. But yeah, and then he was even more nice in person. And I was really shocked about that. In a good way, all the good way. It was cool meeting his daughter too. She was really nice.
Oh, cool.
She's the same age as my kid, and so.
Yeah, he was always so welcoming with his family. Like they would come onto the streams and they would hang out. And it was awesome.
Yeah, he was really supportive in a lot of ways too. Super rad.
I had the pleasure of putting.
Huh? I'll go for Max.
I've got a crazy delay.
He's in Alaska, by the way. Max is.
Whoa.
in Alaska.
Alaska.
Yeah, which is why my shit's so messed up. But I had the pleasure of putting Sam's story into the Heroes Con anthology. I did the design work for that, and that was really cool. And that was really my only exposure to Sam's work up to that point. And same thing with Graye. I never really knew her, but I followed everything that she did on Instagram. My partner loves both Murgo's and Graye's work, and I admire both of them for doing what they do. It takes a lot of bravery to be a cartoonist. It takes a lot of time and energy and skill and dedication for sometimes not a lot. And I think that it's good to just remember to be brave and to be strong at all times, if it's as much as we can help it. And I did want to extend the offer as well. You know, anything that I can do to help print, design, letter, whatever you guys need to share Sam or Graye's work, I'm more than happy to.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy, like this indie comic book community, you know what I mean? Like how these like relationships even start and how we get like acquainted. Murgo just put, I'd given up drawing for years, but Graye inspired me to finally start making comics. Anything I'm doing right now is all thanks to her. And that's even more inspiring. I mean, that's super rad to hear. Like, I feel like it's something you're definitely just like not going to stop at this point. And that's even more positive. Is, you know, the coolest thing we could do is remember them by, you know, making great art. And that's what they would want. That's what they would love. Like, in times like these.
I remember starting to see your work too, Margot, on the CKRS page, and just the jumps. Like I was telling Brandon, his jumps in skill and output. It's just like watching people grow is insane. It's like one of the coolest things about existing in an indie comic sphere like this, where people are at all different levels and points in their career. You know, just like seeing the leaps and bounds that people can make. You know, you feel like you're stagnating and you need a shot in the ass or whatever, you know. That's a weird saying. Anyway, you need a shot, like, you know, a kick in the ass to like get going. And you're like, oh my God, look at all these people. Look how much they're doing, you know. You know, everyone's out here hustling and working, you know. Wow.
Yeah, no, honestly. That's such a trip. I mean, dude, yeah, like watching people grow as artists, you know, doing Apollo and publishing and like going over stuff and, you know, hearing how some artists think or what they say about their own work. And I'm like, whoa, no, like this is astonishing. And it's really cool to be that voice for them sometimes and help inspire them and get them going. I think that's like the coolest thing about my job at Comics Wellspring. Like, I essentially just need to like inspire people to make art so they print comics. Like, that's rad. Like, it's super rad. I am super thankful for that.
It's really hard to be that person for yourself sometimes, unless you have a raging ego like I do. You can just be like, dude, your art is so good. No, I'm kidding. But like, you know, it's hard to look at your stuff and be like, oh my God, I'm really making leaps and bounds. You know, it's until you like put it in front of people and let your friends look at it that they will either be like, you're doing a great job, or like, you know, you have a friend, like for me, I have a friend, Ben Granoff, and he's so much more technically sound than I am. And so he'll look at something I've done and be like, oh, okay, you know, you need to work on this, this, and this. Give me like 20 minutes when you can, and I'll show you those things, you know? So it's like, it's all about learning and finding your community to help you grow.
Yeah, I'm just like, I just don't believe people either. I just feel like they're being nice, so it's hard. Cynical. But no, yeah, that's it's really rad to like be part of that stuff like that. It's crazy how I could see other people's art grow and not mine. I still feel like mine doesn't make sense yet.
Sorry if I'm interrupting, but I just remembered Sam gave me this thing at Indie, and it's a book that his dad made.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
And I was staring at it for so long that he's like, you know what, you can just have that. And I was like, no, because it's so good. Um, so all of these letters are all hand texted. Like,
oh wow. Let me
yeah,
put
it's not a
that on the
font.
bigger screen. Let's
I
see.
forgot all
Let me
about
do
that. Good call on that.
Oh wow. Whoa, cool.
He
Yeah.
was so proud of that too.
Yeah. I mean, I probably, out of indie comic creator con, this was like one of the things that I stared at for the longest. I probably stared at this for hours. But yeah, it's just straight sketches. He didn't put any pencils down first. And
That's insane.
yeah, just like that hatch work, man. It's just really good. Sorry, I'm trying to get it to not.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
crazy. And then like these look like photos, like black and white photos.
And I forgot, were they for like a magazine or a military something pamphlet or something?
It was just something he enjoyed. It was literally just something he liked to do.
That's so sick.
I mean, it kind of explains why Sam was so freaking talented, because look at this. Like, it was literally in his blood, in his DNA.
Yeah, that's insane hatching. Like to do that like detail in the plane is wild.
Yeah, he said the original illustrations were much bigger than this. Like, they were huge. So these are scaled down, but even then, like, I'm sure that there's probably a lot of detail lost scaling it down like this.
Dude, that's cool. Yeah, no, I can imagine. Yeah, like some of the finer points kind of get mixed out of it. That's rad. I'm so hyped that you had that out to show us.
And then, hold on. One thing that I really liked about this one is that the way that he did the hatching with the propellers makes it look like the propellers are in motion.
Oh, whoa. That's cool.
Whoa.
It has like that crazy like blur effect.
Yeah. Then here's another thing too, because like his daughter is really into anime and stuff, so she was showing me this one too.
Oh, rad, yeah.
Yeah, it's got a lot of his like renditions of different anime characters.
Oh man. Oh, cool. Dude, I know his work is so rad, honestly. Like, it was just super captivating.
Yeah, it's one of those like artists that you could just stare for a while and then you can come back to it later and you'll just always find something new or just see it like in a new perspective. So I usually don't buy art books, but the ones that I do buy, it's the ones that are kind of like this, that I know that I could look at it again and again and just see it in a different
Mhm.
perspective, later on.
Sorry that the chat get away from me as you flip through that. Drunk Draw says, and Murgo makes some cool ass comics. Wow, Murgo, that really means she came into your life for other reasons as well. Murgo was saying, we really admire the community you've built up around this company. Thank you. That means a lot. Thank you so much, Murgo. 100% Comics, watching people grow is the best part of making comics. Partnering with new creators, with veterans to make cool comics is the best. Oh, it's such a cool Eon Flux. Man, that's insane. That like, oh man, that's so dope. Sorry. Murgo has inspired us so much as cartoonists, and hearing that is a result of Graye is really powerful. The impact they leave can never be understated. Yeah, seriously. I mean, that's just inspiring someone to like make art is so rewarding, and I can't believe that happened for you. Devin Yoder and Graye's characters are so well lived through, solid in their own, reflecting ours. Very powerful to be missed but not forgotten. Merg was saying that looking to figure out some stuff before we get more for sale. Dude, yeah, if we could do anything to help you with that, Kickstarter or just help you out with just getting some stuff on the store to start getting printed. We could definitely work something out. I'd love to work with you on that. It's amazing to see this community. I love the support you all show. Graye was a special talent. Her character designs for Beauty Queens are seriously top notch. I plan on taking Graye to have her give a pass at my Mikey Rat characters to give them more personality. Really bummed I never got to see her take because her character designs were phenomenal. Her Biku covers are fire. Yeah, dude, I love seeing all the love for Graye's art. And honestly, thank you all for joining the stream tonight and being part of this. It does mean a lot. Like, remembering two creators, in a week is a difficult thing, like there's a lot of balance and memories, but it's so great seeing the love and support you all show here. And this gets to a part to the stream too, where I love when the chat blows up because I know we all get focused on the drawing and it gets hard to talk and draw in general. Man, dude, that's so great. I wish I wanted to get one of, is his wife going to continue to sell any of his books or his art?
That's what I'm hoping. I almost want to ask her if he had a table at IC3, if his stuff is supposed to be there or not, or if they're still planning on, bringing the stuff. Because I know it's a bit of a drive for him, but I don't know her personally, but I'll probably, just because I'm curious enough, I'll try to get over my own shyness and ask her. But yeah.
Yeah, that'd be super cool. I'm sure, because Eli, you're going to IC3, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
We've got the big Cosmic Island, as I call it, the Cosmic Lion Island kicking. So that'll be huge.
Nice. I was able to get Apollo a table, so I assume I'll be right next to the CWS table to make my life easier, because I'd hate to run from one base to another across that all day long. But I'm gonna have a bunch of Apollo creators there. I'm super hyped, and maybe Murgo and I can set up something where we have some of Gray's books there, or a way to promote Gray's books to get something going. I'd love to see that happen there. Yeah, I mean it's interesting having what Eli and I can do as publishers. There's a lot of little things we can help put together and help the community out.
How do you balance the difference between the well and the spring? You know what I mean? How do you decide?
When I say it?
No, I'm just trying to be funny. Can I tell you my comic book pun that I thought of? Okay.
Yes.
I think this is hilarious. You got to have some deep knowledge, and it's about Green Arrow, which I don't really know much about except for this. So these two comic guys, they're in a, they're in the comic aisle, and they're coming down. They're both kind of seeing each other across the thing, and they see that they're kind of going to the same place, and they're right at the back issue. They're right at the trade aisle, and they notice that they're both going for Green Arrow, and they're like, "There's no way this guy's going," and they both go right for the Longbow Hunters. And then they push off each other. They're like, "Yo, stay up out of Mike Grell." That's the joke. Mike Grell is the author of that. And says, "Stay up out of my grill."
Bravo, sir.
I can see that it wasn't good. Although I can't see anybody's face. Sound off in the comments if I should add that to the repertoire or leave it in the shower.
I think it's a good deep cut. I'm not going to lie. But,
you can uncenter my screen now, by the way.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, I forgot. Sorry.
No, it's okay.
Nobody knows
the pressure is
Mike Grell's Longbow Hunters, I guess. Anyway, I'll throw a shout out right now to Bernie Moreau, who we also lost this last couple months, and then Joe Matt, who was another one that we lost this year. It's been a kind of crazy year for cartoonists and this underground scene with people we've lost.
Yeah, a lot of death this year. Yeah. I mean, dude, like, actually, one of our Apollo creators like just lost their dog on Tuesday. I mean, on Sunday too. And then like I knew like 5 of my friends whose dogs passed away as well, and I was like, what is happening in the world?
Dude, love your dogs.
Yeah, love your dogs, love your indie creators. We'll give them a hug. Murgo saying good Apollo, I'm a Burning Star for discussion. Yeah, honestly, so quick Apollo City Comics history. I'm from El Paso, Texas. So when I started Apollo in 2018 as a podcast, I was like thinking like, oh, I should be like a Sun City Comics of some sort, you know, to be like local El Paso to get like love in the local scene, which never happened. And I was like, that's kind of lame, those Sun City Comics. And then I'm a big Coheed fan. And so, like, I was thinking, like, I still have the sun representation with Apollo being, like, the sun god and all that. And so I was like, oh, I'm just going to do Apollo City Comics. And, like, I wanted a city kind of like Jack Kirby kind of referencey as well. So, and that's where it's like a riff on New Genesis. So it's like a Kirby Coheed collab.
Coheed and
That was
Kirby.
cool. And it's... That's the book I'm going to make next, actually. If I'm gonna draw a book, I'm gonna do that.
It's always best to, they say write what you know and like combine the genres that you love, or
yeah.
things that you love.
And it looks like we got Mr. Rick Lopez popping in. I'm gonna give him like a few seconds to settle a moment before I bring him onto the stream. Murgo, I saw your post on Spotify Wrapped and just put that together. Coheed is super fun. Yeah, I'm a huge Coheed fan for sure. Definitely one of my tops ever's. Ooh.
So I'm guessing from the scuttlebutt in the chat, my pun didn't land. It's fine. It's cool. It's I get myself up.
Sorry, I'm shaking get some Polska markers going. Do a little Clash homage at the same time. And I'll give Rick just a few more moments before I bring him onto the stage. All right, man, you guys' drawings are looking so great. Eli, you're phenomenal. So good, dude.
Thanks, dude. I don't get to do this too much. I think he was a fan. Sam was a fan of these chisel tips too. These chiz tips.
Yeah, I think so.
Get those in there a little bit.
I wonder if I should break one of those out. If I have one handy, actually.
Dude, break a chiz.
Break a chiz. Yeah, super hype. Especially if you guys are drawing with us. If you guys are drawing with us, please tag Comics Wellspring in your post. Tag Graye, tag Murgo, tag Sam, Cosmic Lion, tag Apollo City Comics. I don't know where my other markers are actually. Oh, unfortunate. I bet you anything they're downstairs, which would be insanely inconvenient.
You can't go all the way downstairs, dude.
No, I'm not gonna. It's like scary down there. My girlfriend's not home tonight, so it's like dark and quiet. Like, and all the cats are. Oh, hi, Sebastian. I thought you were sleeping. What? What's up? Go back to sleep. All right, I'm gonna bring in Rick over here. Hey, it's Rick Lopez.
What up, Rick?
Sorry, guys. I totally mixed up the times with East Coast and West Coast, and I got really confused. And then I saw that the live was going. I was like, oh, shit.
Oh, no worries, dude. No worries at all. We still have like an hour and 15 doing all this type of stuff.
Yeah, I was late myself, so I had something to do unexpectedly.
Yeah, that's what I saw in the chat. I saw you said you'll be 15 minutes. I was like, wait, what? And then I clicked the link and Adam was talking. I was like, oh,
No worries. Super hyped that you're here, dude. Super good to be drawing with you again.
Yeah, man. Good to see you guys.
Yeah, what up, Rick?
What's up, guys? Wish it was under better circumstances, but yeah, glad to see you guys.
Yeah, man.
yeah, how did you do you have any memories or anything you want to share about Sam or Graye? I'm not too sure if you knew Graye as well. And
Man, I really loved your work, dude. I had well, I still do. I have this list on my phone of all these people I wanted to bug for Cosmic Cats, and that was one of the people on there that I hadn't gotten around to yet. So that was kind of a bummer, with that part. But
yeah.
I just felt awful all around. It was just bad news all around, I took a little hiatus off of social media, and then like I saw some of the posts, and it was like, oh fuck, man, it's just all bad. I really adored Sam as a person, as an artist. He just was so amazing, does stuff that I could never dream of doing, and so quickly. But like at Indie Creator Con, I didn't get to talk to him too much, but at Heroes, we hung out with him every day, and like I remember at the end of every day, it was like, all right, you coming with us again, Sam? He's like, yeah, where we're going. And he was just so cool to talk to, and like there was these people at Heroes that were like super dicks to Ro, and like me, Sam, and Ro all got to talk about it and like look over the stuff that they gave Ro that was not very good. But
Yeah,
that's like
that
a
was
big
just,
memory I'll remember
he
forever.
gave me so much advice at that time. I
Yeah.
remember he was just kind of like, yeah, don't let this bring you down and everything. And it was
Yeah, he was super rational about it all, and I'm like, no, fuck these
Yeah.
guys, Ro, don't even listen to them. And Sam's like, yeah, it's not that big of a deal. They don't know what they're talking about.
voice of
He's
reason.
like,
Well,
yeah,
me and
super
Rick are like,
level-headed about
burn
it.
everything down.
Fuck those guys. What's up, Vlad? Yeah, man. So very unfortunate all around. I was super looking forward to get to see him again in Connecticut and in North Carolina. He'll be sorely missed forever.
Yeah, man.
I got a few of his books at Heroes. We did some swaps. I did get this one signed too, so that's pretty sweet for what it's worth,
Oh,
you know.
nice. Yeah. Oh yeah.
But yeah, I wish I'd have got it, like, cause I got pictures of him like when we swapped, but I didn't get a picture with him, or maybe we did, but it wasn't a selfie. But yeah, I couldn't find one where it was just me and him, or that I took at least. I was like, damn, I thought I got a picture with him, but I do have a picture of him signing this stuff. I feel like we got
There
one
has
when
to be
we went
one
out
of
to
all of
eat.
us at dinner.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
It
gotta
has
dig
to
through
be.
my phone too.
Someone's
I haven't
got
done
it.
through my phone
I'm like, I
yet.
could have sworn we had like a big group shot or something, but yeah, you know, we got their work forever, so that's still awesome. Super shout out to Murgo. I feel awful. That's just so sad, and you know, I know how it feels to feel alone like that, and I'm just so sorry, Murgo. Sorry to Sam's family too, his daughter. She always would come on the Zoom. She was super nice, and it's like, it's just tragic.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's good to at least know, like, we got time with Sam and got to have some cool. I mean, that was my first time at Heroes. Like, I was still like figuring out what I was doing with my job and like how to like talk to people like that.
Right.
It's also like really high. Like, I had one of those like THC drinks, like. So it was just like super scary, and Sam was so chill with me. Like, he was just like just chill, just laid back, and I was just like, man, thanks for making this like easy and fun, dude. Like, but it was cool. He was very supportive, and he just seemed. It's cool hearing these stories about him because it really does like put in place like he was the person I thought he was in a lot of good ways,
Oh yeah, he was awesome.
I was saying, Rick, we weren't shy to get on about the chicken book not being done, but
yeah,
like, it became like a fun thing and a fun way to kind of like encourage each other and encourage us to like get going and get stuff done.
Right.
He was
he
like,
was so fast. Him and Misi are like the fastest.
Yeah. Because like
the ringside-ologies.
Yeah. We would get one page done, and he'd turn in like 6 or 7. And we'd like,
yeah, it was crazy.
Insane. That's insane.
I called up.
Dude, his art was cool too.
I found this one too that he did. That I have. Did a Ghost Agents piece that has yet to
so
see
sick.
Print. But yeah, it's pretty sick.
I remember I put them. I think I moved them because of my cats, but I had some stickers from Sam, and one of them was said "Psychic Toast," And I was with I think John O'Burke at the time, and I was like, "Dude, check this out." And he was like, "Oh yeah, that sticker." He's just like, "Man, I woke up one morning and I was just like psychic toast." He was like, "It was just in my head, and I needed to get it out, and I just had to put it pen to paper, and it was just psychic toast. I can't explain more than that." And I was like, "I'm sold." Like,
I'm sold. Yeah, he
Um,
was full of ideas like that too. I think, which is cool.
yeah.
It's like endless. I feel like we're heaping it on Sam. I wish I knew Graye more.
Dude, I know.
Great character design for sure. I loved her work a lot.
Mhm.
Yeah, I never even got to talk to her. We followed each other and everything, but I just really liked her work a lot.
Admittedly,
Very, like-
after I heard she passed away, I went to go check out a lot of her work on social media, and for hours I just couldn't stop because it's just like seeing her and Sam just kind of have this fluidity through a lot of their lines. Like you can tell they're not really thinking about it. They make it look easy. They're not being precious about it, but the end result is just looks so great.
Yeah, Grace's coloring was super sick too. Like, super, super rare. I know. I wanted to read all those books too. It's it's always I know something is cool. Like, and I don't. That's the wrong way to start the sentence. I read like a lot of indie comics. Like I come across a lot of people's work all the time, and so for something to really stand out to me, and be like, I really want to read this. Like, I feel like that shows a lot because then I'm like to gauge my interest and be like, I need to set time aside to do this. Like, it takes certain books to get my attention sometimes. But both these creators definitely had my attention from the moment I saw it. I think once Murgo tagged me saying that Graye printed with CWS, I shot Graye a message right away. It's super cool to get her on a show. Plus, I just love highlighting like all these indie creators like that. Sorry, I'm using a marker and kind of guessing at the same time as I talk. I might need a Q-tip right now to black out a bunch of stuff, and then I'll hit line work. I know it's before 7, so I still have an hour. I'll definitely be able to finish. Murgo was saying we were just starting. We planned out a lot, and I want to make sure I can live enough for the both of us. Yeah, I mean, Murgo, you have so much support, especially here in this room. We will definitely talk about helping comics come to life. Apollo schedule can definitely free up for some stuff like that. Especially Max will, I'm sure, be more than hyped, especially Milo, knowing all that's involved. Oh, dang, Max, you're starting a second one. Oh, you're doing individual ones.
Oh, hell yeah.
Sick. Oh, man. Dude, Graye's pieces look so cool. Nice.
Yeah, so I'm doing an in loving memory for Sam and an in loving memory for Graye.
Love it.
Rick hyped me up to one of these kind of pencils. It's like a mechanical pencil, but it's got all these different color ink leads inside. I haven't used it yet, but like I'm super psyched.
Rad.
Like to use as your
It's
blue
like-
line, but then also to get some like Prismacolor-y kind of like coloring down.
Dude,
Rick is the master of pens, I'll tell you what.
And they sell like different ones too, so you can like swap out the colors and everything. It's pretty helpful.
oh, dude.
I don't use a
get
lot
one.
of
That's
color
so
on
cool.
on like original pages, but that one's a fun way to do it.
It's super rad. It's like those pins you had as a kid that have like
Yeah.
the 5 colors. You try
What
to
do
push
you
them
mean,
all
like
at once
this?
and whatnot. Yes.
One of these.
Yeah, just like one of those.
Old Jim Rugg got me turned back onto these, and then I got like a 6-pack or something of all these different ones. And
I
so
was about
much
to say, like, now as an adult and an artist, like, those are probably one of the coolest pins ever to have, just to
oh,
like
it's so good.
freestyle on.
There we go. I don't know. I don't need the blue. I guess you know what? The blue is good for the sketching, but I hate writing with blue ink.
Didn't let that dry. I liked it.
Just trying to get a bunch of different mediums up in this. Some say art is a medium, but I think it's at least a large.
What's with all the dad jokes?
That one was solid. I like that one.
Thanks, Rob.
This is for Ro. Ro is your like the late night host, side comedian.
Those what? What?
Like the late night host, like side dude who like is just like their hype man, laughs at all their jokes.
That is correct.
That was a legitimate laugh. It was painful.
Oh, Ro, thanks.
That was painful.
I just muted myself for most of it.
Yes. Does Shinobu do those kind of jokes, or is he?
Oh, so he does. Let me tell you something about him. So he doesn't have an accent when he speaks English. So he just comes off the first time you meet him as like a regular Asian American. I mean, I guess right now he is technically Asian American. He became American like 2 years ago. But when I first met him, his English fluency was really high, but he kind of lacked like the American culture part. And so, gosh, he didn't know enough, I guess, American culture humor to make any puns in English yet. But what I didn't know is that he always made puns in Japanese. But, at that time when I first met him, my Japanese fluency wasn't so great. So he didn't bother saying any of that. So to me, it seemed like he started to say dad jokes right after he became a dad. So I thought like, God, the dad just really changes you, I guess. And he's just like, no, you don't understand. Like, I just didn't have enough. Yeah, it was just lying in wait. It was like just there inside of the barrel and for a while until he could like pull the trigger. So I think a big part of that, interestingly, that helped his fluency in terms of American programming was Family Guy.
Oh, wow.
So I feel like after he saw Family Guy, his level of puns kind of went up, which is weird because I don't really recall a lot of puns in Family Guy, but that's the facts. That's the facts.
It's pretty great. I hear that a lot. Like, American TV shows are the best place to learn.
Yeah, I think Friends is the one that taught him English, he said. So he said he used to watch that on repeat like all the time.
Oh.
Yeah. That's really common for a lot of international students though, that they use Friends.
Really?
Yeah.
That sucks.
That's why they're all always like saying stuff like, "How you doing?"
Oh. Not gonna lie, this is like one of the most challenging pieces I've like drawn on the show because it's like a lot of like I'm figuring it out in the moment and I'm just winging it and I'm not like basing it off a character or anything. I'm kind of just like basing it off like some quick images I pulled up,
Nice.
So this is definitely a challenging night. We also have we not done.
Sorry.
Jeez.
The defense. We not done Sploding in 2 weeks, Max? Max is on delay.
What?
No, yeah.
Sorry, was there a question asked for me?
Yes. Have we not done Sploding in like 2 weeks?
Yeah. It's been 2 weeks. Also, it's raining like crazy here, so that's part of why my internet sucks. But yeah, it's been 2 weeks, and I'm excited to be back at the drawing table.
Same. I didn't realize it. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, it was Mark Bernal's 40th birthday. Where we went to hang out with him. He's the guy that runs Lesser Known Comics. So happy birthday, Mark. And then it was Thanksgiving, so we just took the week off. That's right. And I guess I can announce it here real fast too. It hasn't been formally announced, but there'll be emails and announcements going out tomorrow. But Tuesday night, we are going to be live here on YouTube, 7 p.m. EST, 4 p.m. PST, which would also be 5 p.m. MST. But yeah, next Tuesday the 10th, I'm gonna be interviewing Shelly Bond here. So if you guys want to tune in and ask some questions and talk about comic book craft and editing comics, I'm super hyped to get this interview in because it was like my biggest goal of the year that I gave myself, and I got to talk to Thomas Healy in January, and I get to wrap up the year with Shelly Bond. So like all my interviewing dreams are coming true, which is really rad. So super hyped. She is the best. You guys just over on the Cosmic Lion channel, I think you guys should all head over and check out that interview that all of you did. Adam, Bro, Eli, and who else was it? I think there was a handful of other people I haven't directly met. But it was a great lineup. It was a great interview.
Yeah, that was crazy. Shelly hit me up like the day before, and I was like, literally, I was in New York City visiting, and I was like at a Bill Plimpton like cartoon premiere, and when Shelly texts, I usually pick up. So like,
yeah.
So then I was like planning this thing instead of watching the premiere, and then I was kind of like, shit, I shouldn't be doing this right now, but I kept doing it, and then I kept planning, and then I got home, and I was like, I went out to the bar and hung out, got home, and I was certainly not in my most soberest, but I spent like the next like hour like planning all this stuff, setting up the room in StreamYard and doing all this stuff, and it was worth it, man. It was fun. I wrote a bunch of letters trying to get like people to come in and hit up all the CLP crew. That thing came together in like 12 hours. So I was psyched on it.
Nice. That's super rad. I was super hyped to get that email with seeing your name in there.
Her work
super
and those books, as far as anyone trying to like learn comic book creation, I mean they're must-haves.
Yeah, hands down.
Very much so.
Yeah, dude.
I mean, they're
literally
on the shelf next to, How to Make Comics the Marvel Way, or
I'm stealing I stole your quote. I'm not gonna lie. I stole your quote.
Which one?
You
the
called her the punk rock.
Oh, I had no idea. I didn't even think you would do that. Just kidding. I like thought for a second. I was like, let me write something sick right now.
The punk rock Scott McCloud. I was like,
yeah, he's the punk.
Right.
I mean, it's true, dude.
Yeah, dude. That hit me, and I was like, oh dang. I'll give you credit for it. I'll give you
Such a
credit
badass. You don't have to. Yeah, she's just amazing.
But at least I told you on the air. But yeah, no, dude, she's the coolest. And then like, dude, the comics I got into when I got into comics was, The Invisibles and Sandman. And Sandman's my one comic book tattoo.
I don't mean to sound like a dingle here, but like getting to know her and knowing her as a person, you sometimes forget like how much like amazing stuff, like all the best shit. Like she was there on the ground floor. Like last night in the thing with
yeah, man,
Thought Bubble, she was talking about iZombie and all this stuff, and working with Allred on Vertical, and her and Steven Seagal, and It's just crazy. You forget how much she's done.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. I mean, dude, I have that Mike Allred books too, man. One of my favorite ones. I think it's handy to just grab it and show everybody. I'm sure it's correct. Yeah, dude.
Red Rocket 7.
People don't know enough about this book. Vertical.
Oh yeah, that's what they were talking about.
Dude, yeah, it's such a wild. It's like the first webtoon comic. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, very much.
yeah, super. And I mean, I'm a big Mike Allred fan as well. He's one of my top artists. Like, so yeah, she's everything she's done. I'm Joe Strummer from the Clash. She's my idol. Like, that's. I mean.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They were talking about even too, like how that book Art Ops that Allred and her did.
Oh
it
yeah.
was all like Joe Strummer style. Like that character is Joe Strummer.
Oh, I haven't read that one yet. I need to
it's
get
sick,
it.
dude.
Need to get it.
Like all the art comes to life at night, you know, and like Mona Lisa's this like punk rock girl, and you know, it's just really cool. Such a good idea.
Good. I don't know where one of my pens is, but I guess I'll use these. Use this for him. Use that for him as well. I'm gonna try to use certain pens for each one of them.
I give this a 9.8.
Oh, that's great. That's super great. Here, I'll put you on the spotlight, Eli.
Look at me.
There you go. Dude, that looks great. It's very in
like
style.
My screen's being weird or something. Yeah, I tried to definitely work in his style as much as I could.
It looks good on my
Yeah,
phone.
most definitely.
Does it?
Yeah, it's great.
But you know, you get it, kind of.
Yeah, love it.
Man, it's fun to try to like think about these other people's styles and like what they would do. And
We still have about an hour. You can throw down one more.
am I gonna throw down one more? Yeah, I should.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Nice. I love it at like this point in the stream where like now everyone's like, oh man, I need to get my work done. Like, it's so hard to talk and draw, not gonna lie.
All right.
Adam, how
Yes.
is Relic Hunter 2 coming along? Actually, great interview you had
Relic
too.
Hunter 2 coming soon, and I have other news coming soon. I'm really excited about Relic Hunter 2, man. I mean, it's really coming together, and I've got a great backup story in it that was written by Manny and I, but drawn by Tony Farrow, which is, it looks so incredible. I wish I could share it right now. I've got a ton of pinups. The main story is 31 pages long. So the book will be over 50 pages.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Oh,
man.
dude, that's gonna be sick.
And of course, I guess I'm not spilling too many beans, but Shelley did help me edit it, and it made it so much better. Oh my god.
Dude, that's so sick. I
just
know. I
can't-
loved hearing that on the stream. I know you
Oh,
told me
man.
previously, like in a private conversation, but yeah, I was super hyped once you like got to announce it. I was like, oh great, that's gonna help. That's sick.
Yeah, it's really cool, man. I'm just really, I feel really lucky. And she really made it so much better. and help me help me learn about the things that I needed, the questions I needed to ask, and what needed to be done.
I love that. Really quick, let me bounce to the chat real fast. Valdaid Cartoonist, who actually, I was saying, The Invisibles is still my jam. Dude, yeah, I love The Invisibles. Rick Lopez and I bonded over The Invisibles as well. Once we found out we were both like huge Morrison fans, we're like, oh, sweet, you get it. Like, you get it on that level of getting it. And that bonded us a lot. It was sick. But he also just took off. So thank you, Valdaid Cartoonist, for hanging out. Super great for your support. Murgo was saying, thank you again for the show. I deeply wish you could have all met Graye. She loved comics so much. Comics and community were so important to her. And honestly, yeah, no, that's what we strive to do at Comics Wellspring, is give you all community and not just a printing service. We really want to bring people together and, make comics. It's the whole point. I love that. And then about 8 cartoons before it took off. Also, let's fucking go at Relic Hunter for the win.
Oh, thank you very much, man. God, I don't deserve it, but I really appreciate it. And this is for Sam tonight. Done
Sick.
on notebook paper and as fast as I could possibly draw it.
Love it. I love the grittiness to like Sam's
There you
style.
go.
I like how that's the theme.
Yeah, man. Just trying to make it fun. So, well, listen, guys, I'm going to hop off. It was great hanging out with you this evening. It was great seeing everybody, and definitely, great to remember Sam. And even though I didn't know Graye, to remember Graye. And I hope everybody goes and follows their Instagram and their Facebook and buys their books while they're still available.
Yeah, no, honestly, thank you so much, Adam. It's always a pleasure. We'll definitely get you on Splitting again. I'd love to do a good just see me and Max hang or something. You know what I mean? It's always fun.
Absolutely.
Have
a great evening, guys.
You
Later,
too.
Adam.
You have a good night, dude. Adam is so cool. It was awesome meeting him at Heroes as well. So I met the bulk of you guys actually.
Yeah, dude. It was good to like finally put a voice to your face. I feel like we spoke so many times online, and we send cat pics to each other endlessly.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's just for us though.
That's just for us. I know, I love that. I tell everyone that too. I'm just like, I just send me like random cat pictures. That's how we communicated for months. Like we didn't even talk. We just literally, it was just like random cat photos. Like,
I mean, it's a problem that our cats are that cute, so it's like
right, dude. Your cats are adorable, dude. Like,
dude, yours too.
Literally, every time you send me a picture, like my girlfriend wants to cry because she's like, so cute. I can't even.
Because they spoon in that bag in my closet. It's crazy. They just lay there.
What's crazy? Because I met you and Rick at San Diego. I guess last year. Wow, I've only really known you guys for a year and a half. I met you guys the same day I met Shelly Bond because I went over there to meet Shelly.
Oh yeah,
and that's when Mark was talking to you guys.
Yeah, that's right. Oh yeah, I remember that now. Holy shit,
dude. Yeah, no, yeah, but that's when I like hadn't really done anything. My first book had just come out. I was barely promoting it. It got like I came in from CWS like a week before San Diego Comic-Con, and that's like when I got to go, and like I had friends that had a table and all that type of stuff. So I got hooked up there, and that's like I remember that I realized that was the first time I met you because I met Shelly. And then IC3, and then Heroes. I think that's all we've really seen each other. Yeah.
Dang. Well, we were fast friends, so that was cool.
Yeah, honestly.
And Brandon came and saw me at SPX too.
Oh, nice. Yeah. That was
cool.
Super awesome. It was a good time. I'm probably gonna do both days next year. If I don't try to, I want to try to get a table. That'd be fun. My girlfriend had a blast at that show. And then we had Baltimore next, and I was like, creators at Baltimore are different than SPX. Like, and then we went to Baltimore. She's like, "Yeah, you're right."
How so?
SPX was cooler.
Because I haven't been to either.
SPX is really like, I feel like it's very inclusive. It's very exciting. It's kind of small and fast, and like, I don't know. It's like the vibe is just totally different. I feel like you see like really raw indie art, and I love that. And then you go to Baltimore, and then you have everyone that just want to make like comics, like in the sense of like they want to like be in bigger realms, I guess. It's just a different style completely. I feel you kind of get an older bunch from, I guess, yeah. There's a generational gap between the two shows for sure, hands down. I think that's the biggest thing. It's just a big generational gap. I look at creators at Baltimore versus SPX, and I feel like SPX is like the upcoming youth of zines and comics and just like DIY stuff like crazy. Christopher Williams was there too, actually.
Oh, see Willie?
Yeah, I love him. I love his art so much. Man.
He's so good.
Yeah, he's
man.
awesome. He's a great dude.
So good. But yeah, I guess that's right. I don't know. Do you feel the same about that, Rick? Does this sound accurate?
How do you feel, Rick? Tell us.
Yeah.
I didn't like that show that much.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I wasn't that crazy about it. I'll go back, but yeah, I don't know. Let's leave it at that.
I know. I only saw you for the one day too, and I was literally just filming the entire time as well. You know,
Yeah.
Jeff Lawrence, my buddy that was across from you, he had a rough time at that show too.
Yeah, I had a good time with him and Colin.
Yeah, cool dudes. Jeff is
Yeah, I
cool
got to hang
dude.
out with them a lot. I don't know. I think we're in like not that great of a spot, honestly. We're like off in the corner, and yeah, it was. I mean, I'd like to do it again. Maybe next time I wouldn't get a half table. I'd try to get a full table. And that's way more fucking expensive, but it's like, Jesus, dude, how much do you guys need to charge for these fucking tables?
That's what kills it so much. For
Yeah,
me.
because then
I wish
they
I
say
could
it's
take
4
more.
feet, but man, it felt like 3 feet. I'm like, dude, this is. I could barely have too much stuff out. You know, it was.
I don't believe you had 4 feet.
It didn't feel like it. Yeah, I don't know. There was a couple people that I was around that were cool, but the people in my proximity were not that friendly.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah, I was like, but I mean, it is what it is. It's just a show. Like, again, I want to go back. I'll probably have a better experience at the next one. But yeah, it was fine for what it was. It wasn't my best show this year.
What do you think was? I'm not trying to pick because you're my friend. I'm curious. Like, what do you think was your best show?
Well, I mean, IC3 was one day, but it was like so crazy. And then Heroes, it's like IC3 and Heroes have been in my head the most. And then like San Diego is always crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, those two for sure are my favorite. You what?
I sold nothing. I did so bad at Heroes. I was in such a bad spot too. Like, I don't even think you guys saw our booth. We were just we were just in a terrible spot. I was with Jeff actually, Lawrence and Jennifer. That was just insane.
I remember him saying that. Actually, now.
Did a lot of people just not make it back there? Is that what happened?
Yeah, it just felt like I was in a corner.
Because it wasn't an indie island, Kubert. Right?
No. Like, Andy Kubert was right next to me, and then Amanda Connor and Jimmy were right across from us. And we're like, I was trying to hand out, like, free stuff, and everybody in those, whenever there was a line, and nobody cared.
Right.
Nobody wanted to hear about indie stuff.
Yeah. Like at Heroes, the indie island was really good. A lot of people that came by bought stuff, but there was vendors across from where we were at, and like, dude, they had to have sold like nothing. Because I was watching them, and like I'd see people walk by their stuff and like come by, because they weren't selling comics too. It was like Marvel and DC character adjacent stuff, but I could tell that they were not selling that much. So yeah, cons are hard in general, you know.
Dude, I crushed it in Buffalo, dude. Like, crushed it, dude. I was shocked with how much money I made in Buffalo. Like,
which one was that one?
Table. It was Nickel City Con.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
I hear
that's
Kevin
great.
Delgado talks about that one a lot.
Dude, yeah, I got to hang out with him the whole time. I love Kevin Delgado.
I made
Yeah,
like
he's a good dude. That's sick.
He's a good dude.
I made like
Kevin's one of those
$1,000
dudes that-
off of selling fish and
Fish?
I like fish and like flower cards.
Not
Yeah.
that kind of fish.
I
Eli.
was like selling greeting cards and prints at like a winter arts fair here and made like $1,000. It was crazy.
That's sick.
You never can tell where it's gonna come. You know, it's kind of cool like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
And rest up because, dude, me and Rick did one
Long Beach.
Long Beach.
That was the
And
worst.
honestly, there was more people. There was more like exhibitors than there were like people that came.
Ooh.
We did get to
I
hang
mean,
out
that's
with.
why ICC.
Sorry, you did hang out with this lady from Star Trek: The Next Generation, which was like so cool.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah, there's the only saving grace.
She had that cool shirt. I don't remember who she was though.
Lieutenant J. Yeah, she's cool. That was awesome.
Yeah, that shows me
I
like,
felt like-
the Latin Comics Expo, Latino Comics Expo in Long Beach. That I did that one, and that one is actually really good too. That was another really good con for me this year.
Nice, dude.
That looked good.
I was wondering.
Catch up on the chat real fast. Morgan Heron, hey yo, what's up, Brandon Maximus, Miss Building Crew? We missed you too, Morgan. We gotta get you back on
What
the
up,
show for
Morgan?
sure. I hope you're doing well, Murgo. I know we haven't talked a lot, but I appreciate all the encouragement Graye put out there in drawing comics. And then Chris Hargett says, "R.I.P. Sam, R.I.P. Graye. You will both be such missing pieces of the community. Completely agree." Dave Pretorius, just popping in before putting my kids to bed. Both Graye and Sam will be both prolific in their own rights. Totally agree with that. And then Murgo says, "Thank you, Morgan." Yeah, no, great. I'm so happy all of you all popped in for the live stream tonight. It really means a lot to everybody. And to be remembering these creators like this is just super awesome. And everyone here involved, I'm super hyped that you guys were so down to just come on and spend the evening like this too.
Absolutely, man. I feel like we've been waiting for a time to do something like this with you.
Yeah, I kept on I keep on bugging you, being like, "Hey, we should do this," and then I never do it. I just time flies by really quickly. I'm super hyped we have at least a jam night. I've been telling Eli all year, being like, "Hey, we need to have like a Cosmic Lion building jam night," and I meant to do it during Inktober, but that just was a whole blur. You're just caught up drawing that much, you just lose reality sometimes. Max killed it though. He did every day. I only kept up for like 26 days.
It's hard. It is so hard. I mean,
it's super hard.
I couldn't keep up. I just did one piece at the very end that had like everybody in it, and that's how I finished it.
Morgan says, "What up, Eli?"
Hi, Morgan. Hope you're doing well, bud.
I love Morgan. I just adore Morgan so much.
He's great.
I just wanna, just like a little brother. I just think he's adorable.
He's doing great. His books sell really well. He's a good guy. His mom's cool.
Dude, yeah, I hung out with Morgan's mom for like 3 hours at Heroes. Probably like 4 or 5 hours in total. We just talked for a while. His mom is so sweet. It's so cool.
Yeah.
It's super rad. She's so supportive. And what's cool is that get a little personal. Like I never had my mom growing up and everything, So like seeing his mom be so encouraging and there and just supportive and also thoughtful. Like she just wants the best for him. And to be part of the best community and do well. I was like, dude, you're so rad. I respect you so much. And I love seeing Morgan get all embarrassed and bashful in front of her sometimes. It's just adorable.
And just hanging out with all of us ne'er-do-wells and
yeah. I like it. I feel like I have to try to behave when I'm around them. I'm just all right, I'm not gonna look that high. I'm gonna talk properly, try not to cuss. But
Morgan's like, "Oh, shut up, you guys."
Yeah, that's great. It's a nice balance, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I like it.
They're just a bunch of like old dudes like talking about comics. Oh man, I'm not gonna finish those sometime unless I like really start moving fast. But I'm not that fast.
Yeah, Jude, I'm kind of digging into Graye's characters here. Their character design is amazing.
Dude, right? Yeah, really good characteristics on it.
Are these characters like people she knew, or is it her in here that we're seeing? Or hit me up, hit up the chat and let me know.
Yeah. Yeah, I would love to do like a crowdfunding and get like all of them reprinted somehow.
Yeah, it'd be sweet.
I bet I could talk CWS into doing a little something special. I think the cool thing about like what we've done with Apollo, and like I was listening to like your guys' conversation with Shelley and like inclusiveness in comics and everything, and I'm like actually really proud that like I think Max, Alex, and I have done a really good job of like not like purposefully, but we just have a really great team. Like the majority of almost the majority of our creators are female, I think too. We have a really big span, and a lot of them are making some of their first books that are coming out. So I feel like the boom of like having women creators prominent is going to really start happening, and it's going to be a lot of Apollo books with that too, which I'm super hyped about. Murgo said,
interview when okay.
"Oh no, my bad. Go on, Eli."
Well, no, this is the answer to my question. They're based on real people to some degree, although each of the characters in Queens is a bit of her. Oh, cool. That's awesome. I was gonna say, like, wasn't it funny in the interview that we did with Shelley, where when Ro was like, you know, what do you think we can do to like get it, better for women, or do you have any advice? And Matt Wagner was kind of just like what the why is this even a just because like he's the kind of guy that he like just doesn't understand.
Yeah,
why
I
it's
thought
not
that was the perfect answer because and I get it, a lot of people, it's not bad of them or whatever, but there's a lot of people who like treat women and men differently because they were taught to or whatever. I'm not trying to shit on them and stuff, but I mean that's really the right mindset to have. Like it shouldn't even be like a thing. Like I just want it to be where like a woman could be at an indie comic creator show and like not have to think about, oh right, I'm a woman at a comic creator show. It should just be like I'm a creator. And so Matt's answer was just I really loved it. It was great. I thought it was the only mindset that anyone should have when they're trying to consider like, do we have more inclusivity? And then the answer should be yes, they are comic creators, so let's also
it wasn't until like with Apollo it never came across my mind because we've been working with so many, I guess because we also did anthologies from the start, so we had like such a great group of people to like work with. But like it wasn't until I was really working with Comics Wellspring and looking at people applying for the show, and like I'm very selective to make sure I have a very a good diverse group of people I'm talking to for interviews. I want to get a lot of different perspectives, and I want to get people in the world. And I was just like, dang, this is still like it's difficult to keep it that way sometimes. And so like the spacing between episodes sometimes, or how I pace them out on releases, kind of really varied on like who I was talking to make sure our group was like there and prominent. And I kind of chase after certain people to be on the show because of that too. Which is, I feel, positive, because then it gives people who probably never felt comfortable talking on a show or haven't had the opportunity or anything, and they're given that. That's kind of why we opened up spotlights, that the 15-minute segments now. That way we could give more people more opportunities and really like uncover the community and who's out there. Because we don't deny anybody on that show. You just book your appointment and then we'll meet up and do a quick interview. So kind of trying to do something to change that landscape and kind of find those people in that community.
That's awesome, man. That's like, our job as publishers,
Yeah, honestly, yeah.
Dang, Max, that's insane.
Dude, Bright Max is wild, dude.
It's
Thank
my
you.
hope that the next two creators that we were discussing earlier are also going to be women. But that's, if they're not, that's okay too. But I'm hoping that there's going to be a lot of submissions at least.
Are you talking to me, Ro?
Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
I mean, even when it comes down to like having like LGBTQ people like in the community with us, like Apollo was just like flourished like from the start, and I was like, okay, this is, and you don't realize it until you start looking at other communities and be like, oh, there's a totally different balance between my group of people and their group of people. Like, how does that even happen? But it's cool. It's cool having such a fun. I love the Apollo team. We have so many books that are being released next year. It's going to be insane. I'm super hyped.
Hell yeah, dude. When are we gonna have our? We need to have a crossover.
Oh, I'm down. I'm so down. I love that.
The crossover event, the indie comic crossover event you've been waiting for.
I'm doing my first like official crossover with LKC in
Never
February.
mind. Forget it. Sorry, it's been done.
We're doing a horror anthology with Jade Louder, so that's gonna be fun. But
Nice.
we should do something crazy with. I mean, we're doing I don't know. I'm trying to think what books we could collab on. It might have to be something new or an anthology of some sort.
Be cool.
Invading universes or something,
The Heronverse, the Morgan Heronverse is prime for horror crossovers.
We got Rick back.
Rick back.
Go. Dude, we should have. It'd be kind of cool to collide universes for like something.
That'd be sweet. Yeah, we're trying to think of some more kind of like, big picture stuff like crossovers or, like anthology type shit going on.
How many anthologies have you done and worked on?
Jeez, Rick. Just kidding. I guess it's mostly the older stuff that I was doing anthologies with, which was like the Ween zine or the Ninja Turtles zine that we did and Wizard and stuff. But I haven't done one for a while, which is why I really want to like get something in.
Oh, that'd be sick. That we do so many of them. We actually burned ourselves out on anthologies because we started off with 3. No, we're doing one. We're doing the horror one, and then we're doing a weethology, which is more interior like Apollo because we have a lot of stoner books coming out next year.
Yeah.
But I'm super down to do. We're gonna announce a hip hop anthology soon too.
Nice.
We're working with another creator with on. So that's going to be exciting. But I would love to do it with you guys. Anything.
Yeah, CLP's got good, Rosa.
Sorry for interrupting. Thank you so much for inviting me. I gotta go now, but this was great. I'm really glad
Of
that we
course,
got to,
Ro.
yeah, talk about things. All right, have a good night.
Yeah,
guys.
Later, Ro.
definitely. You too. Bro's a blast. Everyone go check out her episode. It's super. It's such a good conversation we had, and I love getting to know Ro more. We met at Heroes as well, and I wish I talked to her more then, because she's just so rad, so rad. We got her on the virtual con actually afterwards. That's what we were talking about. Just a really kind person, you know. Catching up on the chat here, the Murgo says the punk and artistic tone of Beauty Queens comes from very genuine place. She was really involved in making trans people feel safe. Oh, I love that. Love that so much. Love that, Murgo. Devin says, let's keep that in comics. Yes, definitely. Cool. Nice. Dude, I feel like all my pens are slowly dying.
I'd like to send a shout out to Rick Lopez, who's up here drawing. He's got a new book coming out. He's always doing something new, and he's a cool dude.
Check this shit out. Hold on.
Come on, Rick. Let's see. You got a proof?
I got this big poster now, so I've just been staring at it every day.
Holy shit.
Damn, dude. I want one of those.
It's gonna go up here
like
eventually
sick?
next to my Invisibles poster. I'm so bad at putting shit up.
Let me
Is
see
that
if I
like for
could.
promo stuff, Rick, or is that like a just
Yeah,
something
it's just the cover, but I just wanted to, like, I don't know, kind of look at it and see it more.
give you a little inspiration?
You
Yeah,
should totally sell that.
maybe when people care about the book, then I'll have them. But yeah,
Like, I care,
here's
and I'm
this
like
thing I
one
tried to
of
do for
three
Sam.
people.
It was very out of my wheelhouse.
Oh, it's great,
Whoa,
dude.
He's
That's
not
great.
quite that messy, but I was having a tough time, so I pulled out some chisel pens and try to do what I could.
I like how you did his logo, but your name.
Right, yeah. But,
That's great.
thanks, guys.
I'm just using my parallel pen for him right now. So these are a lot of fun. It's a microphone though.
I was like, where's my blue pen, dude? I lost it behind my ear, obviously.
Oh, it's 6:30. I might finish mine. Actually, I'm feeling more confident in everything now.
In every single part of my life now.
Yeah. Sweet. Murgo says these drawings are beautiful. This is the first I've drawn in a while, and it feels really good. I'm so happy you're drawing with us, Murgo. That really does warm our hearts. I love when people draw with us on the show. It's like one of the coolest things in the world. You know, I think Max can attest with that too. Just getting people to draw with us every Thursday has been such a blast.
Yeah.
It's really
I'm super excited too. I've never drawn like this. You know, like we did the Zoom zine things, the Ringsideology, but it was never like when people could actually see what I was doing. Or yeah, it's inspiring, and it's helpful to like put yourself out there like this. I'm not always super like I'm not always huge about like my drawing and stuff and like its quality or whatever, but
no vibes.
it feels good.
That's literally why I do the shows. That I figure if I suck and I can draw live and like suck in front of everybody, then it'll give people confidence to like draw, because it's like, oh, look at that guy. Like, I want people to see it and be like, I can do it better than him. You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of the point, you know?
Yeah.
Plus, I get to draw with people every week, and therefore I'm learning stuff I get to watch Max draw every week, which is just a pleasure in itself, you know? Like, that is just fun.
Yeah, I'm digging it. What a good idea for a show to share it like this. I know, like, you know, other people do it, but you know, it's
not original or anything, but you know.
No, but I mean, you know, I wasn't trying
It's
to
not.
diss.
I know
I
that.
was trying to. I was saying that I was saying that you have like an original spin on it, which is like we're all kind of like we're learning and we're coming together about it. About like
Yeah.
It's cool to see like Mahfoud and Sean Crystal draw and do this amazing stuff. But it's like you already know that they're badasses and they rip it, and so then sometimes if you didn't know me or you didn't know Rick, you're coming here and then you see us and you can be turned on to it and you can be like excited by something new, and be
Yeah.
like, oh my
No,
God,
yeah,
I took
exactly.
part in their process.
And that's what I wanted to strip away too, was like the illusion of the process, like how much goes into, because I didn't even realize like how much goes into like drawing and like comics and layers and like the whole process itself. You know what I mean? Like drawing is just like a fraction of making a comic. Like just all the computer stuff you got to do.
True that.
And that's a whole ballpark, But yeah, it's crazy. It's also like one of those things where it's like, oh, I could tune in every Thursday and draw with somebody, like no matter what. That's like at least if you draw once a week, and most of the time I only draw once a week. Sometimes if I'm lucky, I get to draw more. But I guess there is some progress in some stuff. So
There is, dude. You can tell. Like that's what I was saying before we got online. It's like I could totally see a progress from you.
just that you're being nice.
Well, yeah. it's part of
SPX
it,
was trying
but-
to say he's not an artist too. I was like, what the fuck? Me and his girlfriend like, what the fuck you talking about? Draw every goddamn week.
I know that's a total imposter syndrome thing I have, where I'm just like, oh, well, I'm not like good. You know what I mean?
feel that,
And I'm
dude.
not like, yeah. It's also like, I spent years studying bass and playing bass and then trying to be a writer. And like, that discipline you had, like when you would stay up to like 2 a.m. every day and like, then you'd wake up and 6 a.m. you're already back at it. That's just all you do. Like, I haven't completely done that with art yet. And so I feel like I'm just like, oh, it's like a hobby, I guess. But no, I need to like, I need to stop being so hard on myself, to be honest. I realized that during the spiritual journey I went on last week.
Where'd you go?
You
Did you
guys-
see a fish?
Actually, dude, I saw a church and it lit up in front of me, and it was really intense. And then, yeah, you guys can hear all about it over at Apollo City Comics when we release the Late Night episode.
Dude.
I'm not too sure if I could talk about that on company time.
Oh,
It was for Mark's birthday. Yeah, it was for Mark's birthday. We did a bunch of shrooms. So,
oh my God! Don't let the business know. They're fun. I did something. Went and saw Gladiator 2 a couple days ago. Pretty fun stuff.
oh really?
Just
That's how
just-
that's how the whole drawing thing started. Over on Apollo City Comics, when I was like really depressed and I just moved to Virginia, I did a live drawing show. But I was also trying to like figure out how to fight anxiety and depression, and so I started microdosing. And so I figured, hey, if I'm gonna microdose, I should draw. And then I was like, well, if I'm gonna draw, I should do it for Apollo. And so I just did it all at once, live on YouTube.
Nice.
And
It worked.
It worked. It was a crazy balance, but it worked. Here we are. Now it's my job. Welcome to my job.
Welcome to my job. Look what happened. Mushrooms can save the world.
Yeah, just saying. There's a lesson in there, guys.
You're not just fun guys, It's like,
Jesus Christ.
thanks, Rick. I'll be here all week. I actually had a band when I was in middle school called Blue Cheese, and our like thing was we're real fun guys.
It's amazing. Like not even surprised.
We had a few names. We were first ED and me, then I think the Plaid Whippersnappers, and
Oh my goodness. The Plaid Whippersnappers. It's so
then Blue
you.
Cheese, I think. That's such a punk name. We didn't even play punk. It was mostly like we played the song. We played like originals that my friend would write about, like the geography teacher or his girlfriend or our friends and stuff.
Oh, rad.
It was truly like 7th grade, you know.
My first band when I was in 7th grade. Oh my gosh. Margot said Graye was a fantastic trip sitter. I bet. Honestly, I bet.
That's awesome.
Super great. I love hearing that. That like just makes me so happy. We need more of those in the world. Margot Devin Yelder says, yeah, 100%, 100%. My first band when I was in 7th grade was I didn't even play bass yet, and it was called Star 69. It was just like
That's
it was
funny.
like an A, but like with a star. You know what I mean? You're missing, yeah. It's dumb.
My first band was KGB.
Nice.
I was just about to ask Max. I'm like, please don't say you're in a band too. Never been in a band.
Actually,
Oh yeah, dude. I was in 2 bands, and then I have a band with Milo called.
what was it called? You got cut off right there. Alaskan internet. Yeah.
Is Mirko still here? I'm not sure.
Yeah, we're just in the chat.
Okay. If you dig this when I'm done, Mirko, send me your address and I'll just send it straight to you with some other stuff. Something tongue to ink it.
Margo said my first comic was with my friend in 1996, and it was about how our retail jobs at Target sucked. Simpler times. There's a friend of ours, Charlie, who Margo just said, absolutely, thank you so much, Rick.
Yeah, of course.
Oh man, Max, let me put a spotlight on Max real fast, dude. His drawings, dude, those are insane.
Crushed it.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful.
Damn, dude.
Good job, Max. Like always, I knew you'd kill it. You killed it more than I thought you'd kill it. Not gonna lie. Let me spotlight everyone's real quick.
Thank you.
Eli,
Thank you. I appreciate it.
yours is looking great, Eli. Got some color in there too.
Yeah, just trying to, you know, do what she did there. And then here's for Sam.
The Sam piece, nice. Nice, love it. Let me toss Rick up here too, real quick. Oh, Rick, this is looking great.
There you go,
Man,
Rick.
that's so cool. Sick, sick.
That's a second chicken right there.
Love it, dude. Man, that's great. Rick, I have your Invisibles piece in my living room now, with the one that Jeff did. This is the one I was. Let me see if I can fix my camera a little bit. Let's see. Oh, that didn't do it right. Let's see here.
He did a good job on his self-portrait.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, thanks, dude. Let me zoom out a little bit. I tried to do a Clash, like a London Calling homage with that. You know what I mean? Stick with the color thing. So I'm working on Murgo. I'm gonna black out a lot of this right here and some of Murgo, and then his jacket and up here probably. I'm slow though, so I don't think I'm gonna finish.
Dude,
Yeah,
this is really fun, man.
yeah, dude. Honestly, and doing this every week has been such a blast. I'm not gonna lie. Just talk to cool people. Just got cool stuff. Even tonight, I mean, it's so great that we got to make a lot of people so happy, and especially like be there for Mergo. I love that we get to be here with you, and I know after the loss of anything, it's kind of hard to kind of be with yourself. So I'm glad we could spend some time with you.
Absolutely.
Got about what, like 10 more minutes on the stream? Yeah. Max, man, dude, that looks so good though. So great.
Yeah, I've got some like stuff here on my
Thank you.
drafting
Yeah,
table. I haven't
I penciled ahead of time, so I had a little less work to do. I was like, I'm doing 2 pieces. I need to have stuff planned out.
Oh yeah. Virgo says these are all so gorgeous. Graye was the type of person who'd rather we all be smiling and drawing. This meant a lot to me. Thank you so much. Of course, super happy for this.
Yeah, man.
Super happy.
Huge.
What were you saying, Eli?
Just like I have stuff on my drafting table, I haven't been able to like draw too much, and so stuff just kind of sits here, you know. But I was gonna show this like because I don't know if I showed Rick, but I did this when right after me and him and Manny Gomez interviewed Jaime and Beto.
Oh, sick.
Oh shit!
I was
sick,
like
dude.
so psyched up that I stayed
never
here
saw
for like a couple hours. My girlfriend Tanisha was like, "Where are you?" And I was like, "I got so much energy to run out." I just and so I just kind of been sitting here, and I tried to do some like when I was trying to get my comic back moving. I did some like monkey lion panels here just to like kind of get some movement on my art and stuff, but. And it's the first time I printed out like a blue line onto a piece of Bristol, something else. Rick
Oh,
told me to do.
cool.
So
Nice. My printer doesn't like handle the Bristol boards.
That's
I
awesome.
have to like cut them just a little bit, and I did that with a couple pieces.
nice.
Next year, I want to try to make a comic. Like I really want to. I'm 100% ripping off Rick. Like I want to fret my panels the way you do and like stuff like that, and just like give it a shot.
The template helps a lot.
Yeah, because then you're just filling in the squares, you know, just one image at a time.
It's a good way to do it because then, I mean, there's also another aspect to like how Sam Blanchard would do it too, is he would just do all these different, pieces real big. That way he could be like super fluid and super open with them, and then he'd shrink them down and assemble these pages and his panels that way, So everything was like,
Oh wow.
big and he would shrink it down, which I think is a super interesting way to do it. I'm not sure I could actually like do that, but like it's interesting.
That's sick. Yeah, I would. Do you know anything else about his process or how he kind of operated some of that?
A lot of times he would go like top down, like in our chats, and so we would watch him go, and he would just crank out these pieces, and I think he would just mash out these shapes and just do all this stuff, and then just go in and rip it out. I don't know a ton about and I think he was inspired a lot by Mahfood. That's something I tend to talk to about a lot. And we would definitely both talk about that. And so, he had this really smooth process. I don't know if you ever watch like Mahfood draw.
Yeah.
He just knows every single little line. He's just in there like, and I think Sam was just the same way. He had it in his head, and he knew, just like in his fencing, I think he knew 3 or 4 moves ahead what he was going to do. So he just
That's cool.
just had it.
That's rad. That's great intuition.
Yeah, it's that the rapier's wit. He had a rapier's wit, or whatever that joke is from. I don't think that's the joke from Dumb and Dumber, but he just knew exactly he just knew exactly what to do and what was coming up next, which is crazy.
Yeah. Dude, yeah, I love seeing drawings like that. That's what I would love to aspire to get to, is like it's just like thin wiring too sometimes, you know what I mean? Like Murray was saying, Mahfood was a big influence on Graye. Love using chunky inks and the parallel pen. Love Ted McKeever and Ashley Wood as well. Ooh, Ashley Wood's awesome.
That's awesome. Dude, Mahfood is like, I mean, I just continue to talk to people who cite him as, someone that they really look up to. And, he's the man when it comes down to it. He led a major like indie comics boom, at the time when he was doing, his own thing. I think the same way, kind of like the Hernandez bros, They did their own thing and maybe weren't understood at first, questioned for sure, and then all of a sudden it's like everyone is saying these people, are who inspired me. This like whole other generation is coming out and being like, whoa. So.
No, 100%. Totally vibe that. It's kind of cool. I feel like indie comics are just getting bigger every year too. No matter what, more influences, more inspired people, more people seeing how possible it is.
And less of a barrier of entry with Procreate and with all these different things.
Dude.
Yeah, you got these visions in your mind, and you can get them out by any means necessary.
Dude, that's what I've been messing with my iPad lately, just to kind of get a better feel. And it's been a lot of fun, just like because I don't really color, so it's been fun using that to try to experiment and do things. Irishman 301 says, "Looking awesome, guys." 7:56 here. Nice. Are you guys all wrapped up? How you feeling? Anything you want to promote really quick? Wait, real fast. I'm gonna say Margot says how she got into Ted McKeever. She meant to get stray toasters, but picked up plastic forks instead. Oh, that's crazy. She said it completely blew her away. That's super rad. How freaking cool.
That's almost like when I was a kid, I meant to get Warren G, but I accidentally got Kenny G, and it didn't have the same effect. I was disgusted by what I heard in Kenny G, but I would have rather got Warren G at that point, and then was very embarrassed when I was like, you know what? I don't mean the Christmas album. I mean Regulators, and they're like, Jesus, kid,
you're way off.
You couldn't be farther off.
Anything on the Cosmic Lion aspect? You want to promote, Eli?
Yeah, there's tons. Just more and more books that we're dropping through Diamond. I know Adam left, but we just sent Relic Hunter 1 to Diamond, so that's going to be available soon. We're doing some new versions of some of our stuff, like Barry Tan's Stan versus Jack. It's going to be in a little bit bigger hardcover for the shops. We're going to do. We haven't really talked about this yet, but I'm happy to talk about it. Christian J. Mizimo, his book Turbo Hawk. We're doing new versions on newsprint of his stuff. Starting soon. We're doing Tough Stuff by we were talking about Kevin Delgado. Hopefully a new version of some other amazing books. Ro Higashi, we got a new version of her issue 1, and then issue 2 is coming soon. And I'm hoping to work with Rick Lopez on something soon. So that's going to come out at some point. Just there's always new stuff. I signed a deal with one of my all-time favorite artists ever from one of the biggest books in the world, Ninja Turtles. So look for that in the coming future. More stuff by Matt Howarth, which is going to be awesome.
Sick.
Yeah. So yeah, there's just an ever-growing amount of Cosmic Line stuff coming.
Where's Matt located?
He's in Philly.
Oh,
rad. Nice close to me, but you West Coasters. Brad, dude, super cool to know. Rick, do you have anything you want to promote?
Just my Cosmic Cat book. I'm so close to putting it out. I'm trying to. Okay, here's this instead. Dandy Don Simpson's doing his Megaton Multi-Mentions, and I have a few pages in that. That'll probably be coming out sooner than later. But yeah, I got to talk to him at Heroes, and he saw like my Cosmic Cat mini, and then he's like, let's collaborate on something. And he like pitched me like a page, and then I came up with another page. But he wants it like with my Cosmic Cat in it, and he wants it in like that teal color. So it's really just me being me, which is cool. And then he's like, and then you could use it wherever you want to use it afterwards.
Oh, sick, dude.
He has a character named Cosmic Cat as well. And so
Yeah,
it's a
with
team
all K's. So I made like a page. Where's it at? I'll show you like one little preview.
because that's coming from Cosmic Lion Productions.
Yeah,
That's
so
cool.
like his Cosmic Cat character wears like a suit, so I like put my Cosmic Cat character in it.
Oh, that's
The new
sick.
yet unimproved Cosmic Cat. And he's got it like fixed up the logo. That's the page I came up with. Don's is a little different. He had me like talking with he had Cosmic Cat talking with a secretary or like some sort of assistant. But as I was drawing it, I like made it into Don himself, so it's kind of a little meta.
Oh, nice. Oh, yeah.
So
That's
yeah,
fun.
that'll probably be coming sooner than later. I'm pretty sure because he wants the pages by the end of this month. So I imagine he's gonna have it in print very soon. I don't know. Eli probably know about that, but that just Cosmic Cat stuff. Really, that's all I'm kind of focusing on right now. I have like a 4-pager for this other dude. I'm like at the very end of, so it kind of paused some stuff, but almost there. Could
Nice.
pre-order it on my Instagram.
Super hyped for that.
It'll be 64 pages.
Devin says, these are awesome guys. Thanks so much for doing this. Rest in power to these incredible, influential artists. Yes, indeed. Thank you for tuning in. I'm super hyped for all the releases I'm hearing about as well. Cosmic Lion and Rick, you guys are always pumping out great stuff. And thank you to everyone for tuning in. And I guess some quick CWS promos. You know, we have we're going to be doing a really cool holochrome special for everybody towards kind of like more of the second half of December. So keep your eyes peeled on that for those email announcements. And Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific, I'm going to be interviewing Shelly Bond here on the channel. So come with your craft and editorial questions that you may have for her. Super hyped for this interview. I really can't wait for it. And next week, I think he doesn't know it yet, but I'm going to get William Keops Ibanez on Spilding to hang out with us. If you're watching, William, then this is the invite. But if not, I'll message you in a bit. And yeah, Apollo City Comics. Don't forget to check it out. We actually just brought back the podcast, so check that out on YouTube. Check out Apollo's new website, apollocitycomics.com. You can find all of our releases, and the remainders will be going up there. Literally, the book, The Remainders, will be going up in January, since that Kickstarter just wrapped. So thank you everyone who backed that. A lot of cool goodies going that way, including someone's going to win my inks over Jeremy John Hansen's pencils. And you were launching a lot of new books. Taking it slow in December, but January we're announcing a political book that we've been working on, and then we'll be doing our horror anthology and announcing a lot more next year. So stay tuned for Apollo, and tune in Tuesday. It's gonna be a great interview. I'm super hyped. Max, I feel like your internet's wigging out, but do you want to say anything before we log out?
All
right.
If my internet behaves, then you can get bubbles. Yep. You can get bubbles at lesserknowncomics.com or Rap Brain.
There we go.
But cool queer horror book.
Love it.
Okay, you can leave me alone.
You know,
My internet sucks.
You're all good. I love you. But thank you guys so much for joining tonight. It means a lot. I really, everyone that was in the chat today, I just adore so much. And every time I get a chance to talk and hang with you guys, it always means a lot. So thank you guys for jumping on tonight. Means a lot to me. I know it means a lot to Murgo and to Sam's family and everybody who knew these creators. And Jim, was super rad for you guys to just tune in and do this with us tonight.
Hell yeah, man. Thank you so much for having us.
Of course, y'all have a good one, and thanks for hanging.